Talk about the need for a win against a quality team like this in light of coming so close 2 other times at home.
I think it's important, but as I said a number of times, I think it was important that we just play better. We played better than we did in those games at both ends of the floor, and when you do that, then you win close games.
How important was Marvel's 3 at that point?
That was huge. We were struggling a little. We were sputtering. We had a lead and trying to run some clock because in the stretch before that we were quick shooting the ball a little bit. We had some opportunities to do that, and I encouraged that as long as they're good shots by good shooters. And so you milk the clock and then you hit a step back 3. That's huge.
Fran, it seemed like the defense in the first half might have been as good as you played also.
Yeah, very much like the Northwestern game. Would like to have played similar defense in the second half. I thought in stretches we did. We just couldn't get Marshall under control.
What about that stretch for Aaron White in the first half offensively?
Well, he just, he's capable of doing that. The key is I just got to keep him fresh. When I keep him fresh, he's just going to make plays. He's going to make steals. He's going to dunk the ball. He's going to get open. He's just got tremendous savvy.
Along those lines, you get to the line 29 times and you make 24 of those. Just something here.
Well, we our game plan was to drive the ball, throw it inside, attack them. They don't play a lot of guys typically, and you got to, you don't want to settle for jumper after jumper. You want to attack and you want to put them in a position where they're going to foul you, and they did.
The first chair on your bench had a jersey on it tonight. Talk about the role that might have played and inspiration
there was an energy level in the building that I've never seen before. I've been in a lot of buildings in my playing and coaching career. There's nothing like that. There's not a doubt in my mind there was a difference.
Your team made only 7 turnovers too, which was important.
Well, they play, Brooksy, they play half-court man. They don't press you till the end, and I think the most impressive thing about that was we didn't turn it over at the end when they came after us.
Was Marvel feeling okay? He played about half the first half.
He was a little winded at times. He has, he's had the bum ankle and he hasn't practiced the same as everybody else. So I had to really be careful with him.
Talk about Clemens. Clemens really played a clean, solid game.
Well, the thing about him is he's just not afraid to make a play late. Because he had a stretch there where he wasn't playing as well, and he's got the ability to just play through that and just go do what you need him to do, and that's rare for a freshman, and I think that's why he's special.
2 weeks in, no undefeated teams in the conference. That kind of sign of what's going to be the rest of the way.
There's no question about that, Rick. I mean, it's every game. You're not surprised at what happened. Even if it's an upset or what you perceive to be an upset, you're not really surprised by that either.
What does it say about Wisconsin? You get them down 20 early, the building's going nuts, and they're still making you have to make plays.
Well, they're eventually going to hit some threes. That's a really good three-point shooting team. I mean, Decker got a couple broken play threes. He's tremendous. I mean, that kid's tremendous. Did a good job on Brust. He's been really killing it, and we did a good job on him. And pretty much did a good job on most of the other three-point shooters, with the exception of Marshall.
How important is it to take that defensive intensity you played with the whole first half and some of the second on the road with you? When you went to Michigan, it was missing.
Well, it was missing for 22 minutes. It wasn't missing for the first 18, and that was the lesson. If we can be standing there looking at them with 2 minutes to go in a half, then we shouldn't be down 11, and it shouldn't get worse from there. And sometimes you just have to go through that to figure that out and make the necessary adjustments.
Just 6 assists on 22 buckets. Does that concern you at all?
No, it's a function of how this game went and how they play.
Did you like the way you had the lead, you're trying to protect it, but you were still somewhat fairly aggressive taking the ball to the rim? Is that what you want to see in your team?
Like for example, start of the second half, I thought Gaselle's shots were tremendous. He didn't make them. Josh Oglesby's shots were tremendous. He didn't make them. And I just was screaming at those 2 guys, keep shooting the ball, keep taking those same shots. I mean, I'm putting you in there to do that. And you knew somewhere along the line we were going to make them, but, if they make those shots, which were really good shots, normally they would make them, now we're up 23, we're up 24, it's a different game. We didn't make them, they made shots, give them credit, they're a really good team, and now we got to fight.
You've only got 2 days to prepare for a pretty tough team on the road. Do you worry about any kind of emotional hangover from this? Or?
I don't. I think one of the things that was impressive about our team is how we responded after an emotional loss and a short prep to go on the road and play a team that's probably one of the hardest teams to prepare for in college basketball, and that's Northwestern. Now, obviously, Ohio State is tremendously talented, a ranked team, and they have cleaned our clocks the last 2 times we played them. So we're going to have to play substantially better than we did in the second half tonight.
What made the offense work tonight? You got a lot more points against them than most teams do.
Well, we ran it and drove it. You got to run, you got to drive, and you got to throw it in, and you got to get to the free throw line. You got to get transition baskets. If you just go toe to toe at half court, they're typically better than whoever they play, at that game. So we changed it a little bit.
You had 4 players in double digits again tonight. How nice is it to have?
Well, I think the great thing about that is, you never know which 4 it's going to be, and that's the beauty of our team. It could easily have been Zach and Melson. Josh was on fire last game, and today, he has 1 basket. Although it was a really huge basket, that drive we really needed it then. And I think that's the great thing about our team. When you prepare for us, who's going to be the guy on this night.
You think the defensive, you've been preaching defense all year, they can finally sinking in and they see now the importance of that? And
They do. I don't want to say that last year's team didn't. We just have more bodies. We have more bodies, we have a little more experience, we have a little more size.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.